could hear my father's voice. He would tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time, time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. I'm wishing that you knew. That I'm thinking about you. I see that smile on your face. You told me about the hidden place, something in the atmosphere. You're always here, you always here. Time to laugh and time to heal. My favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. And I'm wishing that you knew. That I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. And I'm wishing that you knew. And I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about.
Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. September.
Stands by the window, stares at the morning sun. She hopes for a clear view before the day is done. What can you do when you're head over heels in love? Don't need to fight, but it's keeping her up all through the night. No end in sight. Ooh, She wanders along the trail down to the river. But will she dare to set sail? The thought makes her shiver. Watching herself behind the lonely eyes. The mirror night are making it so hard to tell wrong from right. No end in sight. The truth will soon break. A new day is on the rise. The promises we make seem to be improvised. What can you do when you're head over heels in love? No need to fight, but it's keeping her up all through the night. No end in sight.
A significant life, just where it was needed. Gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merchant change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by the door when we're finally sober. There Nobody